2024 year season. I want to give a shout out to Western Mountain Senior College. It sponsors our course, so through them. If you don't know Western Mountain Senior College, you should. It's a great program that offers lectures, talks, courses for people. There's To Your Health lecture series, there's cooking classes, there's wildflower identification and walks. It's a great thing, and probably every one of you have a skill or talent or experience that you could share through it. So it's very flexible. You can offer a course for one offer. We have a great selection of plays today. We have 3 original plays written by cast members. So we're excited to bring them to you today. This is our second time through them. We did them last night. We got some laughs, so sit back. Yep, some of the laughs were intended, and some we just screwed up. So sit back, hang on to your seats. It may be a little bumpy, but by the time we get to Broadway, we're going to have it all worked out.
The Lions always play on Thanksgiving. I think the game's already started. What channel? It was so much easier back in the day when there were only 3 channels. We only got 2 of them. Oh, here it is, pregame on Fox. The only reason to watch Fox. Pats and Lions. On Turkey Day, the Lions always come to play. Kat, do you need help in there? The kids should be here soon.
It's all under control, Joe. I don't need you rumbling around in here messing things up.
I wouldn't want to do that. Things seem to be going okay. I'll just sit here and watch the pregame.
Well, everything's very smooth. The turkey's in the oven. The pies are baking. Nothing to worry about. I do hope the kids get here soon.
I'm not worried. You've been doing this for 60 years and it just keeps getting better every year. No wonder all the kids come home for Thanksgiving.
Well, not everyone this year, though, Joe. All the grandkids are on a cruise. All together. Imagine.
Our kids actually getting along. Good for them. It'll be nice to have just our kids here.
I hope Katie's found Daphne. I hate to see her fret.
Daphne? Her doll? I don't think she's worried about that anymore. But she does like to have things sorted out.
Wow. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Liz.
Hi, Dad.
Mom.
Hi, Joe.
These Thanksgiving get-togethers are so special for the family. All your efforts, Kat. How do you do it?
The wine, Liz. Give her the wine.
Oh, we brought some wine. White wine. You can tell by the color. Hold it up to the light.
Well, it's a dry white, but not too dry. Recommended for accompaniment for Thanksgiving. I'm sure it will go perfect with your exceptional feast.
John's been taking a class at Adult Ed on wine appreciation. Wine appreciation.
Well, thank you very much. I hope it wasn't too expensive. Dad and I don't drink much, and the kids are far too young. But it is a special occasion of Thanksgiving, so maybe they could have a sip.
Yes, much appreciated, John. Thank you. But dear, remember, the kids are adults now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Of course.
Well, I'm just happy to contribute. You know, business has been great. I've been having to turn away clients If only I could clone myself, I could bill 24/7. Maybe Google will invent a way to transcribe brainwaves.
John, you do have a way for identifying business opportunities.
Oh, yes, John certainly can identify opportunities. He always said that you should use your carpentry skills to make bespoke furniture. That's where the money is.
I did okay. You kids all ate it.
I think I better go check the turkey now.
You watching the Pats?
Hi, everybody. Fawn and I are here. Hi, Tom, look at you. Even richer than you did last year. I guess capitalizing on people's misfortune is a really winning formula.
Well, people have problems, you know, divorce, crime. I solve their problems. It makes them happy. They don't mind paying for happiness.
You know, actually, I understand that because I have the same kind of relationship with my clients. I've never been able to charge $700 though.
Well, it's $350 per hour for professional advice.
Not everyone can afford a top attorney. They have to make do. I'm sure Fawn provides her own brand of service. We all have our place. Hello, everyone.
Nice to see you all.
We brought extra chairs just in case.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she goes.
Hi, Kate. Did you bring your 6 horses or just your high horse?
Mom, can I give you a hand? I brought my apron and I'm ready to help. I don't know how she does it even still.
Everything's under control. I'm putting on the potatoes now. Did you find Daphne? Maybe Liz or Fawn could help you look.
Oh, or maybe Ken and I could go look for her in the car.
I'm fine. I'm just happy to be here, happy to help. I'll just get started setting the table.
Hello, everyone. Oh, Peter.
Hope I'm not too late.
Oh, no.
Well, I couldn't find my Stripey anywhere. You know, she's pretty shy. She's always hiding. And if I don't feed her before I leave, the others are going to eat her share. I just hate leaving them home alone.
Well, I hope you fed all the other 6 cats because, you know, they just might have Stripey for dinner if you didn't.
Well, I fed them at noontime, and I think that should be enough to tide them over.
Well,
Don't you think?
I don't know, but if you do leave before dinner, I'm happy to have your pie.
You know, I think you should probably go home and feed those cats. I don't think anyone would miss you.
Do you think so?
I think so, and you know, what would you do if you went home and at the end of the day there was only 6 cats left and just balls?
They're just pulling your leg. Your cats are not cannibals.
I don't know, except for the rare cannibal cats. And most of them are black, you know. You don't have any black cats, do you?
Yeah, Blackie, Bunky. Yeah, Randy's almost all black with white paws.
Well, what bad luck.
George, stop it. Pewter, there's no such thing as a cannibal cat. Well, I hope you're right, because I heard on Fox News that even people are eating cats now.
You guys are just playing weird. The game's starting. Focus on that. The Patriots still have a chance to win this.
Sure, Dan. Good to have a positive attitude.
Well, my Stripey has a positive attitude, even though she spends most of her time in the closet.
By the way, George, where are you working now? With your deep knowledge of cats, maybe the animal shelter?
Yeah, right, yeah. You know, you always did have a great sense of humor. Do you charge your clients for that sense of humor?
George is between jobs at the
I'm
moment.
surprised.
What
Yeah.
happened to that? Oh.
What happened to your job at Manning Provisions?
Well,
I thought that was the perfect job, bagging over Manley Provisions, and they have an employee discount.
yeah, but you know, that one didn't work out for the liquor department though. I don't know. I tried, I liked it during the week when all the locals were there, and then when the tourists started to show up, you know, started bellyaching about how all the groceries were all bagged, and you know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I decided it was time for me to take some time off this fall and go hunting.
Talking about hunting, my cat's been hunting already this fall. They catch a mouse almost every day.
Can you beat that, George?
Yeah, well, I got my buck. And anyway, when I got back from hunting camp, my boss called me and said I need not bother coming back in. I was like, huh? I said, oh yeah, I guess I should have mentioned that I was going to go away anyways.
Well, I hope you bothered to get a hunting license this year. We don't need to see you again on Northwoods Lawn.
Oh yeah, John, you're just upset because I didn't use you as my attorney to call you out as my TV attorney, so you get some publicity. It's a missed opportunity of free advertising.
Look, that's not the kind of publicity I need.
Come on, guys, it's Thanksgiving. Can't you give it a rest?
Hey, I'm just having some fun, you know? John is just jealous that I'm on an extended vacation. We'll pick up some work soon, as the winter's coming up. And in the meantime, my sweetheart, Fawn, is bringing some money with dancing lessons.
It's true. You know, I don't make nearly as much as I did in one day of tips when I was at the dollhouse in Tampa. But it is very rewarding teaching Max and Bethel how to line dance. Say, Ken, I bet you're amazing on the dance floor.
Not really.
Yeah, far too modest. Look at your figure. I mean, yes. See, I bet Kate really likes it. Yeah.
That's very flattering, but I really don't see it.
You have got to see it from behind.
Isn't it great to be together for Thanksgiving? Bring back such fond memories.
Yeah, like the time George was arrested for stealing a pumpkin pie.
Yeah, well, I almost got away with it, and I didn't realize that the filling would warm up because I hid in my pants as I was trying to make my escape, and the filling started running down my leg. And but I almost got away with it.
I mean, imagine, he got arrested for doing a number 2 when it was really stolen pumpkin pie filling. He would have gone to jail for stealing.
Yeah,
I could have gotten you off for that, George, if only you'd contacted me.
yeah, but it's only a $50 fine, maybe 3 days in jail. And 3 days in jail is cheap compared to what you charge.
Come on, guys. When we were young, the world was our oyster. John, you were going to be a high-powered attorney. George, you imagined you'd be working on Madison Avenue. I was going to be an event planner. And Pewter, you were always going to be a childless, miserable cat.
At least 2 of us achieved our dreams.
Hey, well, one of us had a good time.
You just gave up trying after your failed run for senior class president.
Yeah, there you go again. You know the election was stolen, don't you?
Stop it. Let's all try to get along. We owe it to Mom. And besides, we should be happy that we're all healthy, we're here. I'm very happy with my life.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Mom, you are absolutely right. We've all been very successful considering the challenges and realities of life. Here, let me help you get the food on the table.
Well, that would be very helpful, Kate. And very thoughtful.
because I know you're missing Daphne.
Oh, don't worry about that, Mom.
The Patriots were supposed to clobber the Lions. Now look, they're down 28-0.
Yeah, but you know, the Lions always come to play on Thanksgiving.
They do, they do.
Yeah, so it's evidence of what you can do with average talent, George, if you focus.
On something useful, such as rather than being a career that takes advantage of others' misfortunes and disagreements.
Well, some bad news. The turkey needs at least another 3 hours to cook. Although, something this year. The pie was baking under the sink, and it appears to be missing its crust. The potatoes are done, but they're stuck to the bottom of the pan.
Guys, seriously? Why do you look so surprised? This woman's back here talking about a doll that was lost 40 years ago. She's not all there. Did you really think she was gonna pull off Thanksgiving?
You know, now that I think about it, I can't even smell the turkey. I couldn't smell when I was coming in.
I feel terrible. I should have been in there helping. We all should have been.
She insisted everything was under control. I should have known better.
You know, Dad, it's not your fault. You know, it's hard to accept how things will get.
Well, you know, we can still enjoy the day, right?
Yeah, well, my cats can eat that raw turkey.
Hold on, I might have a solution. I'll be right back.
There's no problem John can't solve.
As long as he's getting paid.
Who does charity?
Maybe we should go to my daughter's house.
I don't know. Maybe we should head over to Fawn's daughter's place, you know, because there's nothing like Mom's dinner, but it's probably cooked at least.
It is, yeah.
I'm ready.
Well, I really should be going home to feed my cats, I think. So I think I'll grab a raw turkey for them on the way out.
This is such a disaster. Come on, why can't we just wait a few more hours until the turkey is done? I don't want to disappoint Mom.
Oh, Katie, I'm sorry about Daphne. George helped you find her last time. Let him help you look. Then we can eat.
Who could that be?
It's probably those book people. You know, the one with the alphabet. Don't let him in.
Encyclopedia salesman?
Not on Thanksgiving.
Not in this century.
Guys, this is how your big brother saved Thanksgiving. Come on in. Molly?
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Sprague. I heard you had a little trouble with Thanksgiving dinner, so I thought I'd come and help.
I don't think so. Wait, are you one of the Chapman boys?
Yeah, Walter. You might remember me as Wally.
Wally. Why are you working on Thanksgiving? I didn't even know that was legal. Where are your parents? No wonder your English homework is never done on time. I'm going to need to speak to them about this. School should be a top priority for you kids. And I've been trying to tell George that same thing.
No, Mom. Wally brought dinner for us all from the Grace Note Inn. I had planned to have a table there at the charity event tonight, but it turns out none of my clients could show up.
That was tough on us when we were in jail.
Wait, where?
John only invites his most loyal clients. You know, the ones that come back. He's figured if they come back once, they'll come back again.
I'm not sure why they didn't want to show up for a charity event I paid for, but I guess not everyone likes to appear in public with their ankle bracelet on. Anyway, since the food was all paid for, I asked if we could have it brought over here, and voila.
Well, that's kind, dear, but I already dinner, and I'm going to check on it now.
Here, let me help you get it on the table.
Oh dear, there's been a mishap in the kitchen.
It's okay, dear. Look what John brought us.
My, but how did you know?
Must be clairvoyant.
Yeah, well, you know it's me who hit her doll, right?
No. Let's just eat before things get cold. You too, Walter, come on.
Computer! I knew someone was missing, and now there's one extra. Wally!
Well, I just had to come home and check on my cats because I was worried.
Are they okay?
I couldn't find Stripey anywhere. And Blackie and Bunky, they weren't even interested in their food. So yeah, I was really worried. But then, really worried when they started coughing up hair balls. But, lo and behold, I did find Stripey finally. She was hiding in the hall closet, a new place that was safe for her. And I think Blackie and Bunky, well, I think they're just getting back at me for feeding them late. But they're all fed now, and that's off my mind.
Good.
I told you that George and Fawn are just pulling your leg. Your cats are not cannibals.
It doesn't matter now, you're here. That's what's important.
The past lost, but it's still nice. I wish the grands and the great-grands were here, but it's good that all the cousins got to go on a cruise together.
But honestly, it's kind of nice to have all my own children under one roof, and not to have to share you. It's kind of like when you were little. Well, except for the spouses. You weren't here then, were you?
Huh, you remember that?
Of course I do. It's one of my best memories. Although there was that one time when George hid your doll, Daphne, remember? Well, you were so devastated. But mostly because you couldn't fathom how you could have lost something or misplaced it. I think you've always been so organized. I know you have. In fact, you keep us all in line.
I mean, you knew it was me that hit the doll?
Oh, yes, dear. No one else would have crawled under the house with all those spiders and God knows what else. Besides that, you were filthy. It's probably the only time you took a shower voluntarily. You were such a rascal, but you always had such charm.
Mama, what about me? What do you remember about me?
Oh, John, you always needed to be the center of attention. I guess that's our fault. But it's probably why you're so successful. You always had to be the best to compete with George for our attention. But I hope someday you'll realize it's not a competition. You are your own star.
Whatever.
Whatever. Well, George, John, you know how irritating you two have been my whole childhood? Bickering, arguing. And you wonder why I have cats. Well, if I was a mother and I had to put up with your baloney, I would just stick my head in an oven.
First time for everything.
What is wrong with you? You have a comment for everything.
I was just saying, everybody knows she can't cook. She's never stuck her head in an oven to cook. Sheesh, get over yourselves.
And Mom, what are your fond memories of me?
Oh, I know you. You took the turkey leg clean off my turkey. And you said it was to feed your cat. I better go check on the turkey now.
Hey, Mom.
Let her go, Kate.
Oh, wow.
It was like she was right here.
Oh, God. If he had left, we would have missed it.
See, aren't you glad you stayed?
She has plenty of days like that. It's just hard to know if you'll catch her on a good day or a bad day.
It's true. Kate and I have seen her on plenty of good days.
You know, John, you really ought to come by more often.
Come on, that's enough, all right? We should all come by more often, all of us, really.
And you're right. She'd like that. And Peter, maybe next time not so much about your cats. I'm sure your mother would love to know you're running for president on the single cat lady ticket.
Who wants pie?
Scotch, please.
Sure thing.
You over from Sullivan's?
The funeral home. Yeah.
Yeah, Sullivan's place, next door. You come from there?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Well, none of our regulars wears ties. Right, Emily?
Never see one if it weren't for Sullivan's.
Hey, did you ever notice how there's always a bar near a funeral home? You ever notice that?
No, I can't say I have.
Wigs and whiskey seem to go together, right, Em?
Seems so, Bonnie.
Johnny McNally's kid,
Do I know you?
Tommy, right?
Yeah.
You look like your old man.
You know my dad?
You got a minute?
Sure.
Johnny McNally, damn right I knew your old man. He was a great guy, hell of a guy.
I'm sorry. You are?
Barney. Barney Cahill, pronounced Cahill.
And you knew Dad?
Aces, your old man.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Cahill.
Barney, it's my pleasure. Hey, Emily, a drink for Johnny McNally's kid.
I already have one.
Same thing, mister?
Coming from Sullivan's, you'll be wanting two. Trust me.
Yes, please.
Sorry about your old man. he was too young. You know what I mean? He was too damn young.
Thank you, Barney, I appreciate that.
How's Mary taking it? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's okay. You know how it is.
I lost the missus a while back. It's tough.
Have you been over to see Dad?
Well, to be honest with you, Tommy, I'm having some trouble with that. A lot of memories, you know?
You were that close?
Like that.
I don't remember Dad mentioning Barney. It was Cahill, right?
Pronounced K-Hill.
How did you know Dad? School?
Yeah.
St. Timothy's?
St. Tim's, yeah. I was a couple years behind Skipper.
Skipper? Huh?
Skeezy, Peanuts, Catman. Oh yeah, everybody on the team had a name.
What team was that?
What do you think?
Baseball.
You bet.
I didn't know he played.
Hell of a shortstop, your old man. Oh yeah.
No kidding. I know he loved the game. I knew that. Loved the Yankees.
Well, that was later, after the Dodgers moved.
Dad was a Dodger fan?
Big time Dodgers.
The Dodgers. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Dodgers, the Giants, Yankees, oh, those were the days. Yeah.
Yeah. Living in New York. That must have been something.
Hey, tell you about the home run?
Dad hit a home run?
Come on, kid. What's the matter with you? I'm talking about the home run.
Bobby Thompson, right?
Now you're cooking.
Giants, Dodgers. 51 playoffs. Sure, he remembered that. How could you not?
Did he tell you where he was when it happened?
Oh, something about Carlucci's gas station and...
We listened to it on Tony's old Philco. Oh, I'll never forget it. I'm a Giant fan, you know, big time Giant fan. And Carlucci's got the radio blaring, and your dad and me were sitting outside on a couple of oil drums. Thompson hits it, and Russ Hodges,
The announcer, right?
yeah, old Russ goes crazy. And your old man, he cried like a baby. You never forget some things.
Yeah. Dad crying. I could see that. An emotional guy. A real softy.
He could be tough. When he wanted to be, he could be tough. You didn't want to get Skipper angry. Oh no.
I guess Mom took some of the edge off.
Don't get me wrong, you know, he was always the gentleman. Especially with the ladies.
The ladies? No kidding.
Oh yeah.
I never thought of that as a,
Oh, your dad? Ha. Oh yeah, he was a real charmer. Let me tell you, I could tell you stories. Oh. But I want to be clear here, though. This was before you met your mom. Understand?
Sure, I understand.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Okay. Sure, Barney. I understand.
Just want to be absolutely clear about that. That's all I'm saying. I could tell you stories, but now's not the time. Especially not with Johnny, God rest his soul, lying next door. And your mom mourning her husband at 50 years. Now's not the time for that kind of talk. But,
I understand.
yeah, but like I said though, you didn't want to cross the skipper. Let me tell you a story. There's this guy, Billy Kelly, real son of a bitch. He's about twice my size. One day, he corners me at St. Tim's. He wants my jacket. You know, God knows why. It was an old beat-up thing. But it had the giant colors, orange and black. So no way I'm giving that thing up. Well, along comes your old man, and he says to Kelly, "Hey, lay off the kid." And Kelly goes for it. And bam, bam, left to the right. Kelly's on the floor. It was just that quick. Bam, bam, just like that. Kelly's on the floor, lights out. Oh, I'm telling you, he was something else, your old man. Oh. Wow, yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah, you didn't want to mess with the skipper. I can tell you stories.
Barney, when was the last time you saw Dad?
Well, sad to say, kid, it's been a while. You know, me and the missus, we moved, God rest her soul, we moved to Florida. Came back last year. You seen one palm tree, you seen them all. You know what I mean? And, but hey, there's some good racing down there, though. Yeah, you know, me and the wife, we love the tracks. Dogs, flats, trotters, didn't matter. It had legs, we bet on it.
Is that what you're doing there? You're picking some winners?
Oh, this. Yeah, you know, I'm going over the racing form. You know, what else do I got to do, right?
Listen, Barney, why don't you go over and say hello to Mom? She'd love to see you.
She probably wouldn't remember me. Like I said, a lot of water, you know. Later, maybe. Maybe I'll write her a note. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll write her a note. Sorry, kid. Excuse me, I gotta pay a visit. You know what I mean? Be right back.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something?
What's that?
Barney, you knowing my old man.
Yeah, sure is. 6 degrees, huh?
Huh. So, did Barney leave a paper over there?
No.
That's funny. He said this was a racing form. You didn't see a racing form, did you? This is the obituary page. Hey, look at this. He's got these notes written here. Look, he's got my name circled. Why would he do that? Any idea why he would do that? Circle the name?
Hey, mister. It's Tommy, right?
Yeah,
Tommy, if I tell you something, you promise not to say anything to Bonnie?
What?
Promise?
Sure.
Well, a few years ago, Bonnie lost his wife. She passed away.
Yeah, you told me.
Well, he took it hard. Real hard. You know, he and the wife, they were regulars here. They came in all the time. Not big drinkers. I never saw them drunk or anything like that. But they liked the company, you know. We became like family. So after she passed, we noticed Bonnie wasn't showing up. And we got worried. So Tim Ahorn and some of the boys went down to Bonnie's apartment and knocked on the door. No answer. So they got the super to open up the door, and there's Bonnie with an empty pill bottle. The meds the doctor gave him to help deal with his wife passing. Come to find out, they were just in time. Can I get you another one of those?
No, I'm all right. So what happened?
Well, we decided to make Barney our project, you know, help him through his depression and all. And thank God he came back to us. One day, Barney came up to me and said, Emily, people come in here from the funeral home every day feeling low. I know that feeling. And I'm thinking I can do something to help. Well, what you saw here tonight, that's Barney's way of helping out, that's all.
Wait a second. You never knew my father? He made it all up? But
How do you know your family? Well, most of it's right there in the obituary, and the rest you told him.
me? I did?
Yeah, St. Timothy's, Carlucci's gas station, that business about baseball.
I'll be darned.
Don't be mad at him. He means well.
I won't say anything.
I'd appreciate that. Come on, let me get you another drink.
No, thanks. I better go. Listen. Buy Barney a drink.
Sure thing.
And, buy yourself one, please.
Thank you. Will do.
I better go. You take care.
You take care too. And Tommy, sorry about your loss.
Thanks. I'll be gone.
Where's the kid?
Something came up. He had to go.
Nice fellow.
Yeah, real nice.
Can I get a scotch, please?
Sure thing.
Yeah. You were at the McNally viewing?
What?
McNally. Were you at the viewing?
No, Kennedy, Joe Kennedy was my brother.
Real sweetheart, Joe.
You knew my brother?
You got a minute?
Okay, we have a, I'm gonna do it 7 minutes late.
Really, so nice to see you.
Well, likewise, Daisy. You know, this is such a great time, you know, to talk about past good things we've done over the years and also about the past things that didn't work.
At the rainy day garden club. I should say it's just wonderful to be here with you. It's always such a great opportunity, as you said, and one of my biggest successes of this year was to find someone to help me in the garden with the heavy lifting.
Really? For the lifting, did you find someone?
I had him several times, yes, in the past. He's not too reliable.
You think?
No.
Is he reliable?
No, not really. Sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't.
Well, to put up with that, he must be quite a clansman.
Nope. I don't think you can tell a rhododendron from a rose. It's doing it from a pansy.
Well, then he doesn't sound like a very good find to me.
Oh, but he is. And he is a sight for sore eyes. I tried to get him to come on a warm sunny day, a couple of shovelfuls of dirt, and he's taken off his shirt. I don't mind at all keeping an eye on him. I need to make sure he can tell the difference between a petunia and a pansy.
Oh, Daisy, you always did go for the looks.
Yes, Frank's looks is what attracted me. A handsome hunk at 20, and still looking great when he was laid away. May the Lord watch out for him. But there's always a trade-off. Slow mind, but a handsome looker. His deepest form of communication was to let one rip at dinner time.
Goodbye, George. May he rest in peace. It was his intellect that got to me. That man could expand on any topic at all. And he had a solution for all the problems. Yeah, like he would go around like how to slow inflation, how to fix the healthcare problem, and even prospects for alien life in the universe. He always did have a lot to say. I did take to serving a carbonated beverage at dinner. Inevitably, the gas would get to him. May he find eternal peace. And he'd have to let out a big belch. That was my chance to get up and clear the table. So I wouldn't have to listen to another sermon on the key to peace in the Middle East.
Men and their gas.
Oh, George. He was just not the most practical man. Put him in front of a leaky faucet, and he'd watch it for minutes on end. Doesn't say a word. I don't know what the heck he was thinking. Maybe he was renumerating about dark energy, or whether the universe was contracting or expanding. Not that it matters to him now.
Frank, may he dance with angels. Had a yen to garden himself, but he wasn't very good at it. He would plant the same variety of potatoes, the same place, using the same technique year after year. You never got much of a harvest. Did Einstein say something about doing the same thing over and over and expecting some different outcome?
Is the definition for insanity.
Well, Frank wasn't insane, just a little dim-witted.
George, may peace be with him, also had a hankering for gardening, but quite the opposite of Frank. He would spend the entire winter researching new varieties, new techniques. He would even plan a diagram where each plant would go. And sometimes he offered me advice. Sometimes it was useful. Most of the time I just ignored it. But then comes spring, he was off to something else, and his shovel never touched the soil.
Probably better that way.
Oh, George, may he avoid getting sucked, may his soul avoid getting sucked into a black hole, unless it turns out to be a portal of another universe that he so speculated. But George, planning was eternal. Implementation, not so much. And, hey, by the way, Daisy, I may want the name of your gardening handyman.
Well, I don't think I'd risk it myself.
Risk what?
Entering a black hole, even if there was the parallel universe on the other side, where every gardening attempt was a smashing success. As I understand it, not that I'm an astronomer, things get pretty close in the black hole, and I don't think you have much control over who you're beside and get crushed up against. It's like riding the New York bus on
Subway?
on the the rush hour.
Oh, yeah. Well, I see your point. I see your point. But for George, may his journey be smooth. It would be the high point of his life. Not that it matters now, because he's not alive anymore.
Where is everybody?
So look around,
Should they be
see
able-
him, see him.
Well, they should be here by now.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to think so, but I wasn't paying much attention. I ran a few errands. I stopped at Brooks Brothers and I bought a new trove. Then I had to go to the Bethel post office and let off some mail. And of course, I had to stop at the Gemini Bakery and get one of those Emery scones. It didn't take as long as I expected. And I came right here, so I think I was early.
Well, same here. I was out at Valentine Farm, then I stopped at Pope Corner for a fall bouquet, and then popped over, so probably I was early too. Of course, I'm surprised Camelia's not here. She's usually showing up early.
Probably to rehearse the names of the plants that she planted in her garden all summer.
Oh, where is she? Little Candle Serve Super Bomb were especially beautiful this year, weren't they?
Yes, and after making it clear that nobody knows what she was talking about, she would clear her throat, look down her nose. Ladies, you may be better acquainted with the common name, Shasta Daisy.
Then we must hear that our Rudbeckia Trilova and our Helianthus something or other are very, very special.
Oh yes, common black-eyed Susan and perennial sunflowers.
You could find them in any cow pasture.
Camellia goes on as if she were collecting a bouquet for her queen.
Oh, my dear lady, here's a bouquet of weeds, flowers.
How thoughtful of you, my loyal friend.
Yes, that's Camellia, all right. But
Take your hand off your mouth.
yeah, I'm thinking. Yes, that's Camellia, all right. But have you seen her new husband?
20 years her junior.
Real hooker. Oh my goodness, he's so strong and athletic. Those muscle legs. Have you ever seen him on the pickleball court in a pair of shorts? Hard to believe he's a man turning on his 70s.
Yes, and no trade-offs with Camelius Walter. He's well-traveled, a former professor of botany at U of M in Farmington, and a brilliant conversationalist.
Well, on the conversationalist part, I have to take your word for it. I never remembered a word he said. All I can remember is those deep blue eyes.
Oh, he's a brilliant man. He was telling me about an excursion to Nepal, and in search of the rare Himalayan
poppy in its native environment. What an adventure! I was sitting at the end of my seat.
Did they locate the poppies?
I don't know. I never heard the end of the story. You know why? Camelia, she interrupted. George, you are boring the ladies with that tired tale. And if you don't use the proper name, how do you expect to know what we're searching for? Ladies, sorry to interrupt. We were searching for Mecanopsis.
Oh, how did she ever find Walter?
Well, more to the point. More to the point, what does he see in her?
Will he really stick with her for long, do you think?
Well, she keeps him on a short leash.
And she's the sole heir to the Richfield estates.
Oh, yes. If nothing else, it'd probably be worth their while to hang in for that. Depending on the prenups, of course.
Where's Rose? I'm surprised she hasn't shown up.
Oh, you know Rose. She likes to be a little late. Likes to make a grand entrance and be the center of attention.
Well, but she can get a little prickly.
No need to remind me. I can't count the number of thorny conversations I've had with Rose. But after 57 years, I've made peace with it. As long as you handle her carefully.
Well, that's true. But what about Lobelia?
Lobelia, well, you never know when she's gonna pop up.
When she does, she is an exclamation point, everything she does.
And then there's Alice.
Oh, yes, Alice. I've always wondered why she even became a member of the garden club. She just doesn't fit in that well.
Well, I know what you mean, but she's relaxed and laid back. Not unpleasant company. Wasn't she in the restaurant business before she moved to Bethel?
I believe she was in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. But even then, she was not worried about curb appeal.
Oh, I know what you mean. Have you been by her house out in Hunt's Corner? I was there in late fall when the flowers should have been in full bloom. Hydrangeas, fogs, all those nice flowers. But if you saw, but the garden in back of her house is more like a weed patch. And she needs to make a trip to the transfer station to clean up her yard.
Yes, I have seen the garden. The nary a blossom on any of the plants. If you look closely, there appears to be buds, but none of them ever bloom.
Well, lush foliage though.
Must be rich soil.
Well, think of what it would look like with a good combination of perennials and annuals.
Think what we could do with it. It's hard to explain. It's not that she lacks for help. I've often seen her daughter downtown and bustling about with her.
Yes, her daughter is a sweet woman. Laid back and relaxed like her mother. A real child of the 60s.
True. But do you know, no matter how hard I try, I can't remember her name. It's embarrassing when I meet them downtown.
It's Mary, isn't it?
Oh, I think you're right. Mary Jane.
That's it. Mary Jane. Mother and daughter. Two upstanding members of the community. Quiet, but they mind their own business. And even though Alice doesn't appear to be much into gardening, for my money, I just assume she joined the club as long as she brings her special recipe brownies.
Her secret recipe. She will be taking that to the grave.
Well, Until then, we might as well enjoy them.
Yes, I just took a couple of bites, and I gave me a little lift.
They're the high point of our meetings.
I have to confess, at last meeting, I finished one of the brownies, and then I zoned out. I imagined I was Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz.
Skipping down the yellow brick road with little people as munchkins, colorful costumes. Technicolor?
No, I didn't get that far. Now remember the beginning of the movie, Dorothy trying hard to find Toto as the storm was approaching? She ends up being hit on the head. She imagines the prickly neighbor next door is riding through the air on a bicycle that turns into a witch on a broomstick.
Oh, yes. That scene terrorized me as a child. I could never go by a closed window for years after that. And I could never ski the Oz trails at Sunday River. I had to close my eyes when I skied by Flying Monkey.
Well, if you get to those runs, you're definitely not in Kansas City anymore.
Absolutely.
Well, I zoned out. I began picturing Camellia flying by the garden on a rake, and lady bells, I think not. That's an anaphora latifolia, my pretty.
Oh, yes, I can picture that, even without the brownie.
I should have stopped at one. But the brownies are so good. I snuck another, and then I really zoned out. The next thing I remembered, I was sitting at my kitchen table.
Well, there's no place like home. Janet, my telephone is ringing, or it's vibrating, or buzzing, or something. It's
Mine
trying
is
to
too.
contact me.
Mine is too. I guess we need to answer it.
Oh, yes. It's a calendar reminder.
Mine too.
57th
Annual meeting,
of the rainy day
garden club.
in 1 week. Oh my gosh, that explains that.
Well, I guess I'll see you in 7 days.
If it doesn't rain,
I'll call Alice and remind her to bring the brownies.
please don't forget.
I won't.
Keebler, do you know where the angel is for the top of this tree?
I haven't seen it.
What are you doing?
Look for the angel.
Wait, you're not gonna find it there. I'm pretty sure I saw it in the utility closet. Why don't you go look? I don't know where everybody is. Late again, as usual, probably with those garden club ladies, I don't know.
Hey, I found this. It's sparkly.
You cannot put that on the top of this tree. The whole thing will fall over. Now, I know I saw it in the utility closet. Go look again. Good help is hard to find these days. I don't know where everybody is. I told them 2 o'clock. Ho, ho, ho.
Am I the first one here, or is this the extent of this gala affair? I knew I should have gone to the party at the hotel instead. But no, we had to draw names, so I felt obliged to stop by and dump mine off. And just look at all this rip-roaring fun.
Well, you are the first to arrive, but you are late again, as usual.
How about, oh, we're so delighted you could make it, Mrs. Crab. I had other options, you know.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, too.
Couldn't find the angel, but I found this.
What the hell is that for?
I thought it would be like tinsel guard. We could wrap it around the tree.
How about we wrap it around your neck instead?
Keyboard, just go look again. Just go.
Is this the senior center super secret Santa gift exchange party?
No, it's the annual secrets meeting for rocket scientists.
Take your gift.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Crab, but I thought maybe I had the wrong date. And I'm sorry, Joe, I'm sorry I'm late. But I brought this poinsettia along. They're like mini miracles, you know, aren't they?
They
The
are.
vibrant red, so beautiful.
Well, I'm so happy for you that you found a new bestie, but aren't the colors a little vibrant for your drab personality? And besides, keep that away from people. Don't you know they're poisonous?
Oh, she's quite harmless. And you're going to hurt her feelings, right down to her roots.
Right.
Look, her leaves are trembling. Look, what you made her do.
Oh, Hooper, let me take that. Mr. Crab, I'm sure Hooper's donation was made in the greatest sincerity. Oh, Mrs. Howell!
Happy holidays, everyone!
Look at you. Oh, and take your gift.
Hi, Mr. Hooper. So nice to see you. Hi, Louise.
Hey, Barbara.
We never did get together for tea. I've been meaning to call you, but my new arthritis medicine has been giving me some horrific gastrointestinal issues.
Well, perhaps it's better that we didn't get together. Might I inquire as to your status at present?
Well, I'm taking it day at a time. I see you have a poinsettia. Don't you know those are poisonous? They're all over the place at Christmas time. So I went out and got a little bit of antidote to carry around, just in case someone should swallow a leaf or two.
Don't you think that's just a little bit of overkill?
Oh no, you can never be too cautious. I've also brought some Lysol along, in case we need to spray a germ or two.
Aha! Looks like you've been to that dispensary at the bottom of Falls Hill for pointless potheads or hopeless hippies. Don't you remember what happened to you last year? Of course she doesn't remember what happened to her last year. She was higher than a kite.
That was desperate times, Louise. My arthritis was really bothering me. Mr. Hooper, you know about plants and weeds and the likes of these?
Yeah. Well, the active ingredients in these are from plants that are actually very popular these days, and they're not harmless at all. I'm sorry, they're not poisonous at all, I should say. And, they actually have a magical quality about them. Now, people who take them seem to become transformed from grumpy to happy in a matter of seconds.
I felt the magic.
Yeah. Sometimes they become downright silly. And the silliness is hardly contagious. It's kind of scary, actually.
Oh, look everyone, here's Jane. Oh, Jane.
And look at this hot to trot herself. How wonderful that she could grace us with her presence.
Oh, and Louise, I'm surprised you made it at all. I thought I saw you down at the Hotel Rumford last night. I'm sure you'd have a new man by this morning.
Well, now that you bring it up, I did meet quite the gorgeous hunk there last night. He stopped in for a beer. But could I stop and have one with him? No. I had to rush off and buy my gift at Walmart for this stupid party. But we plan to rendezvous later tonight after I'm done with you guys. He was quite swept away by my charm.
Your what?
My charm. He was smitten, you fiend.
Don't you mean bitten, you bad?
Ladies, please. Other guests are arriving.
Well, hello, darlings. I so love a good Christmas party. Back when we had the stud farm in Kentucky, my daddy would throw a huge party every Christmas.
Well, just how many studs were there, Roseanne?
Do hush, Jane. Now, where was I? Yes, everyone would come from miles around, all dressed to the nines, with sequins and jewels. We'd string up cotton balls for gum and hang them on the tree.
Too bad your dad didn't hang the bell of the ball on the tree.
Oh, Mrs. Crab, show a little kindness. It is Christmas after all.
Oh, bah, humbug.
Roseanne, we are so happy you could make it.
And you look the picture of holiday cheer.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Arnold. And you look, well, transformed.
Good Lord, give me another cocktail.
Three.
Fine by me. I'm gonna need a third or a fourth.
Merry Christmas, birds!
Oh, Mr. Hooper, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I got some gifts for you all here. And, yeah. Hold on just a moment. I got them all somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, we can't wait.
So they come. Here you go, Joe.
Oh, look, my
Here you go, Mr.
dear
Hooper.
old
Thank you.
Zoo.
Here you go, yeah.
Thank you.
Me. There's Crab.
Get this thing away from me.
Mrs. Crab, look with the spirit.
Oh, here, I'll leave one here for Keebler then. Don't touch that.
Good, don't worry.
Well,
you like to say
Just the life of the party.
Could you shut up, please?
Oh, I'd rather listen to him than you.
I've always enjoyed a good holiday jingle.
Yes, well, and I'm pretty sure that Bert was just trying to bring some holiday cheer to this party. Lord knows we need it. And, by the way, has anybody seen Keebler? You know, the tree needs an angel, and it just wouldn't be Christmas without it.
I can go look for Keebler.
Oh, good.
Maybe I can help him find it.
Oh, good thinking.
Okay, a little serenade of.
You know what? Let's, while he's out looking, why don't we all gather round? Well, we all have gathered round, but anyway, because it's time for the gift exchange.
Sorry, no angel. Must have been fallen one.
Oh, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll find it later.
My daddy would always give out the best gifts at Christmas. One year, I got a pony.
Well, one year, I got a diamond necklace from my beau. You know, diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Girl, right. They were probably glass or paste or some other simulation. All fakes just like you.
You dowdy old bag.
Oh, hey, oh, come on, please.
Well, I've always enjoyed a good gift exchange. I love surprises.
Well, okay then, if everybody's ready, let's begin. And I will go first.
Of course you will.
So exciting.
Love it. Love it.
And Roseanne, I do you. It's alive! Oh, how exquisite! Thank you very much, Joe. I tried on, but I just had my head under the root cellar. But I can't remember my next line. That's okay, Bert plays a little I know what. I truly love it. I think it's my turn now. Oh, boy. Ooh, here you go, you tall drink of water. Oh. Why, you remind me of my daddy.
Wow. What do I do with this thing? Do I ride it? I don't know. I believe my galloping days are all over, but you know, I guess I can do something my rocking in my retirement.
I'm so delighted, you simply adore it.
Easy, Trigger, easy.
I think you might be next. You have a gift to give?
Oh, hey, keep him, my man.
It's a gift exchange.
I just so swept away by the pony. You know, oh, Keebler, there you go, buddy. Ooh, you love it.
Whoa! This is so cool!
Dad, what is it?
Check that out.
Neon light on it.
Beautiful. I could wear this at the brew pub, or if I'm pretending to be an elf.
What if I worked at the tea room?
Oh, I got fired from a few complaints from the Red Hat ladies.
Keebler, Keebler, I think if you remember all your stumbling and fumbling last year, you really sucked at that job.
Well, the food wasn't that great, but I thought you brought a certain charm to the place.
Oh, yeah, charm and nausea.
Don't remind me. I need another drink to forget that entire event.
Well, excuse me, but I had to clean up tonight. Is it my turn? Is it my turn?
Oh, yes, Keebler, it's your turn. I love his enthusiasm.
This is for you.
Oh, Keebler, you shouldn't have. Oh, let's see. It's a macaroni necklace. You really shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. Well, okay, let's see. You know what? This might be able to go with my pink chiffon outfit. No. I have a black Angora sweater. No, I do have a blue satin gown, and there is a little blue, but no. You know what? I'm gonna have to take some time to think about it, but I'll work something. Thank you.
Maybe you could find a new outfit at the Whatnot shop in Rumford.
James, don't you fret, Keebler. It was very thoughtful.
Really? I got up bright and early to finish it just for you, dear.
Thank you. You know, it is really very unique, and I will really have to think about what I'm going to match it up with, but Cooper, you know, I think you're next.
Hey. Yeah. Well, Mrs. Arnold, this is for you.
Thank you, Hooper. A lot of stuff in here.
I thought that you might enjoy some spirits to help cheer you up. What with your ailments and all.
Ooh, some white wine. You can tell by holding But I don't drink. I can't, Hooper.
I do.
No. We're all on medication. Thank you so much.
Well, Mrs. Arnold, grapes are full of antioxidants. I thought that you'd appreciate that, given all your ailments.
You know, Mrs. Arnold, you're very gracious.
Thank you. But I think I'll stick with my little gummies. I mean, my prescriptions. Thank you, Hooper. I could rub it on, you're right.
Oh,
I could make a liniment.
You know what? You could. You could use it in a recipe, and you could make a liniment out of it. I think that'll work out just.
Yeah, come on, Barbara. It'd be a perfect compliment to your little hoo-ha bag and your sticky beers anyway. You don't want it.
A lot of people want it.
I guess they do. Oh, and where were we? Who's up next? Can you leave anybody out?
Well, I don't know. I was lucky enough to draw Mrs. Crab. How much fun was that? Yeah, with all sincerity, I must say I picked out a gift that's just perfect for you. Please.
I can't wait.
This should be great.
Big box.
Nice toilet seat. What the?
Oh, well, I thought it'd be perfect because you're so full of...
Oh, and Mrs. Crab, you too. Cut it out.
I think it's a lovely gift, Louise, especially as we enter our golden years.
The only thing I'm seeing gold is in the toilet.
Finally, it's my turn. Could you please sit down? It's my turn. As fate would have it, I drew Jane's name. And we must be telepathically united in our coordinated gift giving. There you go, Jane. Knock yourself out.
Cow manure?
Why, yes. Petrified poop for your window boxes or whatever else you desire. But now that I think of it, you've got enough BS to last you for the rest of the year without that.
You thoughtless.
Thoughtless? What do you mean thoughtless? Do you know how long it took me to think of something for Miss Hoity-Toity herself?
What ages I would guess for a senile old bat like you.
Okay, ladies, I insist you cease and desist this behavior. Mrs. Arnold, will you please continue?
Sure. Mr. Hooper, my quiet little friend, this is for you.
Cool hat!
Oh my God, you are such a fool.
No. It's a megaphone, see? Happy holidays!
What a useful gift, Mrs. Arnold. Now, come on, everybody. Admit it. This was a lot of fun. Jane, Louise, you're having a lot of fun. Right.
I love
Yeah, I haven't
surprises.
had so much fun since I had all my teeth yanked out for these dentures.
Don't you be knocked out by your hotel friends?
That's
Okay, enough squabbling, you two. Stop.
Attention! I think that we need an angel for the Christmas tree. And I am happy to offer the angel decoration from my poinsettia.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hooper. And you know what I think would be another really great idea? I think take Jane, Mrs. Crab, and instead of all their squabbling, we'll have them put the angel on the tree. I do. So,
Ceremony.
Louise, would you go get the angel off the poinsettia? And Jane, we'll have you put the angel on the tree because you're so tall and so, well, tall.
She is tall.
right. There, see how much joy that brings all of you.
Is something wrong? Could something?
Oh my, I think she's been poisoned.
Oh, I mean, God have mercy.
Should we call 911?
And another one bites the dust.
Don't you think we should do something?
I don't know, it's pretty quiet when they're out like that. The antidote.
Oh, let's see.
Quick!
Administer anally. Oh. That's an O.
Losing her color.
Administer orally. Is she blue
Somebody
yet?
take her
She's
clothes.
turning blue.
Get away from me, you fiend.
Why you ungrateful wretch?
Do not kill me.
Mrs. Crab, Jane and Mrs. Arnold just saved your life. Oh my God.
Huh? Was I dead?
Oh my God, no. Unfortunately, you're still with us.
Oh, Liz.
I'm so glad I came prepared for an emergency like this.
But before even that, we need to be thanking God for this miracle. It's a miracle.
Mrs. Crab has been resurrected.
She lives to see another day.
Yes, and what was it you were saying about being, taking a minute?
Oh, I'm happy to have obliged Mrs. Scrub with my antidote.
Yes.
I was prepared.
And you know what? We all here are absolutely thrilled that you are such a hypochondriac. I mean, hyper-vigilant, compulsively prepared Girl Scout. Oh, yes.
I'm so glad that you'll be with us for Christmas, Mrs. Crab. And, you know, I have an idea to celebrate this mysterious Christmas miracle. You know, deep down, I think that we all put some serious time and thought into the gifts that we either created or bought, right? And the only thing about that, though, is I think maybe the giver and the givee were a little mismatched. Didn't quite get it right. Mind if I take a stab at this, Joe?
Oh, I think that's a wonderful idea. Whatever it is, 'tis the season to be jolly. Mr. Hooper, what exactly were you thinking?
Why, a Christmas re-gift exchange.
Oh.
Roseanne, can I start with you? Do you mind if I take this off your hand?
Why not a bit, Hooper?
Okay. All right. Let's see. Jane, would you mind if I take that fertilizer off your hands? Oh, my potted plants could definitely use this. Thank you. And you know, doesn't help much. And you know, Jane, I think that this would look very fetching on you.
Like Goldilocks.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to try it out.
Allow me.
You took your new earrings.
Oh, there.
I have a mirror.
Oh, of course you would.
Don't crack it.
Too late.
Oh, my. This is so me. I love it.
Oh, and look, no moths flapping around. Why, you look almost human.
I think you look like a new filly.
Oh, this is great. Hooper, who's next?
Well, Joe, can I take your necklace?
Oh, well, let me grab it from under the tree. Oh, here you go.
Thank you. I know it's a priceless necklace.
It is.
And, no, Roseanne, I think this would look just fine on you.
Oh, my. I had to pawn all my precious keepsake jewelry to save my daddy's ring. This'll do nicely to embellish my outfits.
You look so good on
I thank you, Keeper, and you too, Joe. I think I'm gonna cry.
I'm always so happy to share my good fortune. Oh, yes. Hooper, who's next?
Okay. Mrs. Arnold next. Yeah. May I? Bert, I think that maybe this is something you could use. All right.
Here you go, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about. All the antioxidants in wine.
There you go.
Words never get home to share.
You're looking younger already.
Okay, Joe, let me go around here. I think I could find some use for this. You know, I think this tool is much better suited for you, as we all benefit from your leadership and direction.
Thank you very much.
Right. Let's keep the momentum going, shall we? Mrs. Crab. May I? Not the wig.
My hairy
That's
commode.
it. That's
Be
it.
my guest.
Mrs. Arnold, judging by your recent but minor indiscretion and your arthritic inhibitors, maybe I thought that perhaps this is something that maybe you could use.
Perfect. I've been eyeing it with envy. I've always wanted one, but I was kind of embarrassed to go and buy one. Thank you. Thank you, Louise.
Now for Keebler. Keebler, do you mind if I take
Wait a dang minute there, Hooper. I love this bow tie.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, stand your ground.
you're absolutely right, Keebler. You keep that. That
It
is
looks awesome
definitely
on it.
you. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
All right.
So clean, Keebler. So watch it. That's it. That's it. All right. Last but certainly not least. Bert, do you mind if I take that course off?
Oh, not at all, man.
All right.
I'm happy to pass it on to somebody who can use it. Yeah, whatever your heart desires.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Well, why don't you just think about it for a minute?
Well, now that I think about it for a bit, perhaps I'll just stop by my daughter's house when we're done here instead of going to meet my new man. I can give it to my grandson. And she hasn't invited me over for more than a year, though I can't understand why. Perhaps this horse will break the ice.
I think that's a wonderful idea, Louise. Grandchildren are only small for so long.
I think I'm gonna cry again. Louise Crab has been reincarnated. It's the sweetest gesture for a young colt from his meemaw.
Oh, I do hope, Mrs. Krebs, that you'll bring your grandson by the senior center soon.
I hope you, I hope it fits his butt better than it fit mine, because, there's hope for you yet, Mrs. Crab.
This is a Christmas miracle.
Well, I never thought I'd see the day that Mrs. Crab showed an ounce of kindness. And I don't think you actually have a human family. My God, she's a granny.
God bless you, Mrs. Crab.
Oh,
And God bless us, everyone.
oh, God bless us, everyone. This has been the best gift exchange I've ever been to, and I'd really love it if we could end it by singing a Christmas song and all of you join us.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay, Bruce,
round of applause. For the class of Christmas tree. Right. Thank you all for coming. We also want to thank the stage people working behind the scenes. Claire, Gagnon Sessions, come on out. Chuck Hurd. And last but not least, our light engineer, Luke Palioka. Okay, we have a special presentation tonight, maybe? In the meantime, let me thank us for the town of Newry for allowing us to use the Grange for practice. Thanks to the Western Mountain Senior College for sponsoring our course, and of course Gould for allowing us to use their auditorium.
Yeah, you might take your earrings off.
Yeah, I can't hear with them up. Also, I should introduce, they're blocking my hearing a bit. I should introduce, we had these original plays. So the Christmas story was written by Mary Hickey and Leah Palioka. Take them out. We needed a really good vehicle for our two divas. So I wrote the Garden Club story. And then Richard and I collaborated on the Thanksgiving dinner for the Franks. And so the special presentation, we have a couple of members who have devoted a large part of their life to the stage. So we have these Lifetime Achievement Awards. Gail. Gail has only been a member of our program, our group for a little while, but she's had a long acting career in Rumford. She's also a seamstress. If anyone remembers that Skippy tutu I wore, that was thanks to Gail. She's a little bit skimpy on the clock.
Oh, yes.
And then Roosevelt Tip. Roosevelt. Should be dear to all of our hearts. She's the only member of the group that has been with us since the very beginning. She was a founding member of the Junior Players back in 2007. She's lived through many directors. I only took over this last year. Let me tell you, I couldn't have done it without her. She's always a resource. She also looks after our publicity. And so if you read articles about us in the newspaper, they're probably written by her. So Roosevelt, I think without her, it's not clear that senior players would even be with us. So we all have first
And let's not forget John, without whom none of us would even be standing up here this year.
You must be charged.
Thank you you all for coming out. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
Our goal is just to bring people out and give a few laughs and go home and enjoy the rest of your evening. The rest of your day.
Thank you.